Inay ginag-group direct eh. Kaya smart ang gusto sa office mo, di ba? Wala na. Tama pa kasi tayo.
Ngayong buntag kini ang kapihan sa Dipolog. Live kita manunukad dinhi sa Zamboanga del Norte Provincial Police Office sa Camp Anak Sikayab ning Dakbayan sa Dipolog. It is our first time with our new provincial director na ipaligayon diri ang kapihan sa Dipolog sa atong ZNPPO. And you are welcome, no? Hold on to your seats para sa ato ang interesting na discussion sa atong mga kapulisan dinhi sa lalawigan sa Zamboanga del Norte from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning sa kapihan sa Dipolog Public Affairs Program na nanukad sa Dakbayan sa Dipolog, Dapitan City, the entire province of Zamboanga del Norte, kutob sa maabot sa ato ang Sibya. Kini si Edith Pahantituloy ng regular anchor and host sa kapihan sa Dipolog, makikauban usab ninyo sulod sa duha ka takna nga Public Affairs Program Talk Show. Daghang salamat sa ato ang mga kauban dinhi atong crew sa kapihan sa Dipolog, si Silbert Adriatico Bondoyano nga may nagdala sa ato ang social media platforms sa atong Facebook, YouTube ug Twitter accounts kapihan sa Dipolog. Click lang niyo, like lang niyo ang kapihan sa Dipolog. And then of course we have with us John Doe, napo nato si Dexter Palenti, and of course ang ato ang personal nato nga kauban kanunay si Ariel Tumong, ato ang PCDM sa Philippine Coconut Authority sa Zamboanga, Sibugay. And before we proceed with our program and acknowledge our panelists o atong mga guests sa itong kapihan sa Dipolog karon, please join me in praying. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. A prayer of healing. Lord, you invite all who are burdened to come to you. Allow your healing hands to heal us. Touch our souls with your compassion for others. Touch our hearts with your courage and infinite love for all. Touch our minds with your wisdom, that our mouth may always proclaim your praise. Teach us to reach out to you in our needs and help us to lead others to you by our example. Most loving Sacred Heart of Jesus, bring us health in body and spirit, that we may serve you with all our strength. Touch gently our life, which you have created, now and forever. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. To God be all the glory, as always. O atong acknowledge na ato roll call ang ato ang mga kapihan sa Dipolog panelists, ang uban manago, ang uban on the family way, diri sa ato ang venue sa ZNPPO karong buntaga. Good morning and happy Sunday to the family of Atty. Rodon Ligorio, kang Manfe Ligorio, and then of course si board member Ronilio Lee, murag on the family way na to siya karong mga taknaa. Si Atty. Rosilier Matay Barinaga, General Manager Alimalo Dagpin sa Dapitan City Water District. Si PA Panelist Julio C. Salaveria sa ato ang DTI, ni nanay nakaumuong na pangutana. YF Akas, ang ato Administrative Manager sa Philippine Ports Authority, nga dunay appointment karong buntaga. Emmanuel Dalman Paghoy sa Philippine Information Agency, na stock up sa Zamboanga City, o ginunan si Edgar Soronda. Ang atong official venue ang Camila Hotel 1, pinagi ka Mr. Gold Fabriga, ato kanunay nga gipasalamatan bisag wala ta dito kay gam mobile ta karong panahon na sa pandemic, no? So thank you sa Camila Hotel 1, pinagi sa management and staff ni nga gipanguluhan ni Mr. Gold Fabriga. And dito sa atong station, live kita sa Magic FM 98.9 MHz. Ito si Belter Villanueva, pinaagi kang station manager Arnel Kwong. Ang kapihan sa Dipolog, yatog kaninyo, pinagi usab sa maayong kabubuton sa APT Media Services. Daghang salamat sa atong mga sponsors nga nagdag kinabuhi sa atong kapihan sa Dipolog matag Domingo nga tanan, ang National Grid Corporation of the Philippines. Kaluoy sa Dios wala kita giigo sa brown out ang kapihan sa Dipolog. Thank you so much Beth Ladaga, ug man kang Michael Sabihan, ang mga officers no sa NGCP during dapita sa Northwestern Mindanao area. Ang NGCP doon ay 52 billion pesos cable terminal station na project ang namutang sa Barangay Tag-Ulo, Dakbayan sa Dapitan. Daghang salamat nga to kang President Anthony Almeda, Chairman Henry C. Jr. ug man kang Attorney Cynthia Alabanza ang spokesperson sa NGCP. Daghang salamat kanto kang Congresswoman Glena G. Labad-Labad, Member House of Representatives sa 2nd District Zamboanga del Norte, ngadto kang Vice Governor Sinan Alvis Angeles, Presiding Officer ang Gabiang Palalawigan sa Zamboanga del Norte. Daghang salamat nga to kang Director Rob Don Sibino, Regional Executive Director, Department of Agriculture 9, Pagarian City. Daghang salamat nga to kang Congressman Romeo Janjan Halasos Jr., Member House of Representatives sa 1st District Zamboanga del Norte. O usab, daghang salamat nga to kang Engineer Roland Saliva, ang atong Chairman sa Provincial Advisory Council ZNPPO. At the same time, siya ang President sa Development Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated. Member usab sa Regional Advisory Council. O inyong nagto kang Ma'am Cecil Saliva. Daghang salamat nagto kang 2nd District Board Member Julius C. Napigit, Presiding Officer Pro Tempore sa Gabiang Palalawigan sa Zamboanga del Norte. Daghang salamat nagto kang Mayor Evan Hope Olvis, Municipal Mayor sa lungsod sa Pulangco, Zamboanga del Norte. Nagto kang Vice Mayor and Acting Mayor Alfredo Baitit sa Gabiang Bayan sa lungsod sa Pulangco, Zamboanga del Norte. Daghang salamat nagto sa Petro Cement Incorporated, pinagi kang Engineer Gilbert Cruz, ananay pang sa Lower Orazan Rojas, Zamboanga del Norte. Mayor John Henrik Valiser sa lungsod sa Rojas, Zamboanga del Norte. Bago lang kita dito ng live sa kapihan sa Dipolog. Usab, salamat nga to ka Mayor Melody J. Tulin, ang Municipal Mayor sa The Musical Town sa Zamboanga del Norte. Channels Marketing, maliga sa spare parts, sa motorcycle parts, sa inyong mga vehicles, sa ubos lamang na presyo, ang namimutang sa kaysa na dinyo, Dakbayan sa Dipolog. Matawagan sa telephone number 2121148, pakikitay lamang si Channel C, ang Proprietor Manager. Salamat sa JGMP Fruit Nursery and Lumberyard, na maligya sa fruit seedlings, coconut lumber, sa uban pa sa ubos lamang na presyo, ang namimutang sa Barangay Lingasan, lungsod sa Pulangco, Zamboanga del Norte. Pakikitay lang si Mr. Porfirio Necesario, ang Proprietor Manager. Daghang salamat nga to kang sa Cassava Growers Association of the Philippines, kung Kagapa, na maligya sa famous and delicious cassava chips, banana crackers, boneless bangos o gubantang local farm products, ang namamutang sa ground floor sa Dapitan City Hall. Pakikitay si Susan Empinado, ang Livelihood Center in charge. And doon na tayo lot for sale dire na ipa-announce ni Ma'am Faye Ligorio. Ako lang yung basahon sa makajot na with your indulgence. Kajot lang ha, kaya ako ang kuligo pinay. Asa na to dara? Okay, so matod pa dire. Okay, basi interesado ba ani? 8,700 square meters lot, fully planted for sale, 290 pesos per square meter, located at Cayok Beach, Liloy, Zamboanga del Norte, with clean title. Please call or text cell phone number 0921-447-4481. Again, 0921-447-4481. And another one na pahibalo usab para makasulod ko sa among balay. Asa na to? Kadjat lang ha. Okay, dara. Gikan usab sa Philippine Coconut Authority, matud pa, news beats, hangyo sa ato mga nag-uuma sa lubi, be included, join the mass registration of all coconut farmers and avail of projects and programs. Contact PCA personnel assigned in your respective community. Daghang salamat, gikan kang PCBM Ariel Tumong sa Zamboanga, Sibugay, Philippine Coconut Authority. And shout out to Roger William and Jennifer Agustin King sa Oma County, Northern Ireland, nato kang RD and Jennifer sa Doha, Qatar, nato kang Lady og si George sa Toronto, Canada, o o ang ato ang mga suki nga tigpaminaw sa atong kapihan sa Dipolog ato usab nga gigreet karong buntaga. So let's start the ball rolling. Atong gi-announce pag-abot ni Edgar Ronda ang ato ang panelist, no? So we'd like to acknowledge first Major Robert Agda ang ato ang sa Picado. Okay, Picado. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Kapihan sa Dipolog. Okay, siya. And also, we have with us DPDA Lieutenant Colonel Jaime Barredo, ato aning friendship sa ato ang badugo nga PGS. Good morning, sir, and welcome back to Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Mayong buntag ka natin tanan sa ato ang mga tigpamati sa Facebook o sa radio. So, welcome sa Kapihan o welcome ang Kapihan din sa Zamboanga del Norte PPO.
Thank you so much, Sir Barredo, and of course, we have with us, nag-uni na to siya, ito nang dabuduwag, pangutaran niya, si Police Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim John Duran, okay? Puli ni siya ni Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Yabo sa operations. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Good morning at sa lahat po ng nakikinig, good morning po.
Okay, Tagalog siya ha. Parehas na palata. Okay, Edgar Sarada, good morning. Atong panelist, Professor Raymond Maribuhok, ang ato ani siyang member sa Advisory Council from the Academe. Good morning and how are you today?
Buntag sa tigpaminaw ng atong programa Kapihan sa Dipolog. Professor Raymond Chris Maribuhok, member of the Provincial Advisory Council and Vice Chairman of the second PNFC and also currently the Board of Director of the Philippine Red Cross Zamboanga del Norte.
Okay, so inaana na siya ka-talented ha, daga kayo na siyang mga mga ranggo guban pa. And of course, we have with us for the very first time sa karon lang po kay kanunay na to bisita ni sa Kapihan sa Dipolog. Under na karon ni Colonel Calyaw, atong chairman sa Provincial Advisory Council, very much active coming from the business sector, no? O di na siya ganahan og monkey business kay business sector gud siya. None other than Engineer Roland Soliva. Good morning, sir, and welcome back to Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Edith, may buntag. Salamat imbitar ko nimo sa Kapihan sa Dipolog since 1980. Akong i-greet po ang atong bagong Provincial Director, Colonel Calyaw. May buntag, sir. Pero Tagalog na, pero kailangan maintindihan na nito anytime.
Ato ni disiplinahon.
Oo. Okay. Thank you, Edith, again.
Thank you so much, Engineer Roland Sullivan. Of course, we have with us our new Provincial Director, ang Colonel Giovanni Hyacint Calyaw. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Mayong buntag po sa lahat ng nakasubaybay, nakikinig at naka-monitor po sa media, sa social media, through YouTube, Facebook Live, sa lahat po ng mga mamamayan ng Dipolog and Zamboanga del Norte in particular. Welcome po dito po sa Zamboanga del Norte PPO and welcome po dito sa programa ng Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Thank you so much, sir. Before anything else, will you please introduce yourself and so that the people of Zamboanga del Norte will know something about our new Provincial Director of ZNPPO. Kung pwede, sir, ibinisaya ko na, sir, palihog. Sige ha. Sige na.
Tagalog lang po talaga.
Sige. Bisaya, Tagalog. And we have also with us our board member from the 2nd District, Board Member Emilio Lee, at ang members of sa ato ang Provincial Advisory Council and panelist sa atong Kapihan sa Dipolog. Okay, sir. Go ahead. Colonel Calyaw, please.
Again po, good morning po, sir. Sa ating pang member ng Sangguniang Panlalawigan, Honorable Lee. Magupang lahat, ako po si Police Colonel Giovanni Hyacint Hernandez Calyaw, tubong Quezon Province po. And prior po dun sa assignment ko dito sa Zamboanga del Norte PPO, I was with the Regional Mobile Force ng Region 9 po, ng Pro 9, based in Zamboanga City. So, I was assigned there for almost 6 months bago po na-assign dito. But prior to my assignment here in Region 9, particularly here in Mindanao, I was with the National Capital Region, formerly the Mobile Force Commander of the District Mobile Force of Northern Police District, and at the same time the Chief of the District Special Operation Unit and Supervisor of the District Drug Enforcement Unit of the Northern Police District. And before my stint in the Northern Police District, dati rin po ako na-assign sa Quezon City Police District, wherein I serve as the Station Commander of Police Station 7, which is Cubao, yung pong sentro ng Quezon City. So I served there for about 18 months bago po nalipat sa Northern. But prior to my assignment in the National Capital Region, I was with the Pro 4A, yung pong Calabarzon. I served there for 9 years. And prior to my assignment po sa Calabarzon, I was with the Special Action Force, wherein I served for 8 years. So after po ng graduation ko sa Philippine National Police Academy way back 1999, na-assign po ako sa SAP. So nagstay po ako doon hanggang 2007.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. No, this is your first assignment here in Zamboanga del Norte, and then you are already 2 weeks.
3 weeks na po.
3 weeks,
na,
okay,
opo.
almost a month here now. So, how do you find Zamboanga del Norte? And the second question is, what are your marching orders towards the men and women of ZNPPO?
So, bago naman po tayo na-assign dito sa Zamboanga del Norte PPO, sabi ko nga po, when I was with the Regional Mobile Force Battalion ng Region 9, so frequented na po, lagi na po akong napupunta dito sa Zamboanga del Norte. First and foremost, pag may lakad po yung ating Regional Director, kasama po tayo dito. And another thing is that meron po tayong yung ating Mobile Force battalion ay meron pong 2 mobile maneuver companies na nakadeploy dito sa Zamboanga del Norte. Actually, being the largest province in the Zamboanga Peninsula, ito lang pong Zamboanga del Norte ang merong 2 maneuver company na nakadeploy.
Yes,
So kaya lagi po akong pumapasyal hanggang Siraway, dito sa may Labason, Gutalak, down to the 3rd District, aside yung dito po sa 1st and 2nd. So I find it, with regards to the peace and order situation, very much manageable. And considering nga po yung ating downtrend ng crime is, although compared to the previous year, which is since we are still on the pandemic, medyo lumuluag na ngayon, but just the same, yung crime incident po natin is talagang very manageable. And actually, hindi po siya unlike in hindi po katulad sa ibang lugar, particularly in Luzon, na when it comes to crime incident talaga is may pattern. So dito po wala talaga, very sporadic po yung mga insidente, and at the same time very manageable and quite mababa po talaga compared to other provinces.
Okay, so your marching orders.
So for our marching orders, actually wala naman pong wala pong pagkakaiba. Sabi nga po ng ating Chief of the Philippine National Police, etong programa po niya is actually the integration of all the existing policies and rules ng Philippine National Police. So just the same, naka-align po tayo sa programa ng ating Regional Director ng Region 9, ni Police Brigadier General Ronaldo Genaro Ilagan. And at the same time, yung pong programa na yun which is naka-align din po sa leadership ng Philippine National Police. So ito pong ating ipinapatupad dito actually is yung review and revisit, then re-implementation of the existing policies and guidelines po ng ating Philippine National Police. So naandito lamang po tayo just to remind, to supervise, to lead, to guide our chiefs of police in particular para po dito sa re-implementation nitong mga existing policies and guidelines ng ating PNP hierarchy. So wala pong bago dito sa ating ipinapatupad. So as what our chief's marching order, lahat po ng ating anti-criminality operations, so i-intensify po natin yan. Now our intensified cleanliness policy, which is yan po yung topmost priority ng ating PNP leadership, which is yan nga po yung integration ng lahat ng existing policies. So down to the last unit of our provincial police office, we make it sure na nai-implement po yan, na-observe. And syempre po, aside from its implementation, is dapat po tumanim talaga dun sa bawat miyembro ng ating kapulisan na naka-assign po sa pinakamaliit na unit ng Zamboanga del Norte PPO.
Okay, thank you so much. Question coming from Board Member and PAC Member Boyli or Professor Raymond Maribok. Kinsa mauna ninyo? Respect your elder. Sige. Board Member Boyli,
Okay.
please.
Nice to be back. Dugay-dugay na tagwa ka atin sa meeting sa PAC, no? Mingaw na ko, ani ko kay mingaw ko ni Engineer Suliba, Colonel Calyaw, Colonel Barido, Colonel Ibrahim, Major Agda. Kuya man siguro na ito, condolence, ha? Ang province, gikan sa MECQ, nahimo ng DCQ. Formerly, ang naobserbahan, Tagalog pala ito.
Okay na para nakasabot siya. Alangan, lisod po. Kita rin magkalisod-lisod.
Dati
Sige.
kasi, dati kasi, mas stricto yung boundary
Nga.
occidental
Matang yung question.
Zamboanga del Norte. Medyo relax dito sa Serious Minya, Del Sur and Del Norte. I have observed, kasi nagbibiyahe lagi ako sa Region 9 as Regional Chairman of the Board Members League. Mayroong representative sa IATF doon sa Usmeña. Whereas sa Tulon, naobserbahan ko medyo puro PNP lang ang nakita ko. Parang walang sa IATF o sa local government unit ng Rizal o sa Pagdalaga ang nagpunta doon. Ngayon, DCQ na. Kasi if you travel outside of Zamboanga del Norte, required yung mga travel orders, mga safety pass, etc. etc. Ano ang resulta ngayon sa, particularly sa PNP? DCQ na tayo, hindi na required yung RT-PCR, yung antigen test. Pag-uwi mo, exceeding 48 hours.
Yeah.
Kung fully
Based on the
vaccinated
EO.
ka, ipakita yung fully vaccinated card. Yung authentic, ha? Yung,
Yes, hindi yung piki.
kasi ang daming fake na ngayon. So, are we still required to show, pag lalabas tayo ng Del Norte, to show the travel order or any document to pass through to yung mga interzonal, hindi yung interzonal.
Yes.
Example, punta akong Cagayan de Oro or
Oo.
Pagadian City.
Okay. Sir, before you answer the question, mayroong backride question dito. Yung kanina, binasa ko sa iyo. From Julius Salabria, our panelist also is monitoring right now. Backride question to Board Member Boyli. Dili man daw truly stricto sa borders sa province. What's the PNP plan or reaction, especially with the threat of the Delta variant of COVID? Especially now that we are now GCQ. Okay, who will answer? First, okay, Lieutenant Colonel Jaime Barredo, ang DPDA. Go ahead, sir.
Mayong buntag sa tanan once again. So sa part namo sa PNP, the purpose of the PNP nganon na ami deployment ng personnel in QCPs in sinasabi namin quarantine control points is the purpose of which is to assist ang security doon. When it comes sa checking of the with due respect to our board member here and the member of the PAC, it's not the sole responsibility of the PNP in looking those documentary requirements. As far as I know, it's the local AATF in the area, like in Kalawit. As far as I know, yung tatlong kalapit na lungsod dito, sila ang nagro-rotate. Ang Kalawit, ang Tampilisan, o ang ano yun, Salog siguro. Basta yung medyo dool-dool na mga station sa boundary. So by team yun sila ang magpalitan dito. I just don't be certain with the number of days ng stay nila. So the PNP is only there to assist. Para kung in case na may congestion, dahil like in Zamboanga, what they are doing is yung police nandun, just to remind them na punta kayo doon sa mag-check ng documents po. It's not the PNP alone yung nag-i-implement. For us, a PNP, it's just to facilitate lang for purposes of security. Same true din in other borders natin, border control points, like in Tolon Rizal and in Osmeña. That's why in one of my inspections in Rizal, I cautioned ang personnel namin, why is it na during that time nung nag-visit ako, konti yung uniform doon na that's why I called the attention ng COP of Rizal as well as with the platoon leader doon ng mobile force na dahil ang call namin doon, at least in a given time there should be at least 5 or 6 PNP personnel to facilitate and assist yung flow ng traffic doon na hindi ma-congest. But as what I said nga sir, kanang pag-check sa ato ang mga documents is especially sa border, it's the local ATF. Dito sa sentro, like in Dipolog na areas, it's the police, yung police ang kuan doon. Yung borders lang po yung kuan. Dahil ang pagkaalam ko is yun nga, as even before, during the time of our former PD, si Sir Briones, kana ang kuan, ang amo ang stand. The PNP will be the one dahil we are only member of the AITF for the information of our listeners in this program. The PNP is only part. We are not the implementing agency.
Not the lead agency.
It's the AITF, which
Yes.
is the local chief executive.
Yes.
Ng kwan. So yun nga, kaya minsan we are sometimes they're here in the PNP, sometimes may question din kami na bakit yung policy minsan ng pagdating ng municipality minsan na bago, but meron naman din talaga yun na they can have some revision or adjustments sa implementation ng binabang EO ni Governor. So that would be the answer sir for the PNP.
Okay. Do you have anything to add? Colonel Kaya, please.
In addition to that po, let us also remember that hindi lamang po tayo dun sa land boundaries nakapokus. We are also
Yes.
focusing dun sa ating port at saka airport.
Yeah,
Seaport and
understand.
airport. Kasi dyan po yung mas malaki yung possibility na may makapasok na infected maybe or carrier po ng virus. Kahit anong variant. So based po dun sa existing guidelines, though we are downgraded to
GCQ.
general community quarantine, still in effect po yung mga requirements, documentary requirements ng mga inbound passengers both dun sa ating airport and seaports. So very particular po yan. Just yesterday, chinek ko yung ating aviation security unit, yung station.
ABSICOM.
I talked with the ABSICO po natin, led by Police Lieutenant Denura with regards to the requirements ng mga inbound passengers. So just the same, in effect pa rin po yung mga documentary requirements, including po yung RT-PCR na with negative result. Ano po? And same goes dun po sa ating seaport. So hindi lamang po nakapokus yung ating security implementation dun sa ating mga quarantine control points which is located dun sa ating provincial boundaries. Might as well we are also giving emphasis or focusing dito po sa ating seaport at saka sa ating airport. And yun nga po nabanggit ng ating DPDA na it is not only the PNP yung nag-i-implement po nito. We are only part of the interagency task force. So kung ano po yung mga decisions, yung mga promulgations, yung mga resolutions na approve at inilabas for implementation ng ating IATF, yung pong ating Philippine National Police is only there to support in its implementation and to provide security po dun sa ating mga border control points po. Thank you po.
Okay. Sir, for the past month, we have been going around and we have visited Mutya Municipal Police Station, Kapihan sa Dipolog dito mi. And of course, last Sunday, dito mi sa La Libertad Municipal Police Station. Si Lieutenant Lagang sa Mutya and si Lieutenant Tumanda sa La Libertad. Okay. And we have observed nga limpyo kayo ang Municipal Police Station, very much organized. And ang ila sigurong wa sila kay problema man pud sa peace and order kay okay man pud kayo ang ilang mga performance, and also they have the full support and assistance from the LGU, from the respective mayors, Mayor Lorimer Adasa of Mutya and Mayor Romeo Mejias of La Libertad. So, regarding the program of General Ilyasar about cleaning, not only internal cleansing, but cleaning of the environment within the camp. So, you have visited how many MPS, CPS here in Zamboanga del Norte upon your arrival, and how did you react to the situation, the respective MPS? Colonel Calao.
So far po, since my assumption as the acting provincial director, I have already visited 10 police stations and yung pong ating dalawang mobile force company headquarters.
Okay.
So far po, malinis. Yun nga lang, when it comes to orderliness, medyo may shortcomings pa. So ang binibigyan ko nga pong emphasis during my visits and during our Zoom conferences, particularly dun sa mga chiefs of police natin, na ito pong programa ng ating Chief Philippine National Police, which is yung Intensified Cleanliness Policy, is broken down dun sa tatlong part po.
Okay.
Which is the cleanliness in the offices, cleanliness in the ranks, which is lang po papasok yung ating internal cleansing.
Yes.
Then yung ating cleanliness in the environment, which is focusing on the anti-criminality operations and the maintenance of peace and order. So with regards po dito sa cleanliness in the offices, binibigyan ko po laging emphasis dun sa ating mga unit commanders, chiefs of police, na magkaiba po yung cleanliness and orderliness pagdating po sa mga opisina at saka mga police station. And so far po during my first visits, yung first 5 police station na bisita ko, when it comes to cleanliness, yes, malinis po yung police station. But when it comes to orderliness, doon na po nagkaroon tayo ng problema. Ang lagi kong binibigyan na emphasis sa kanila, dapat yung cleanliness and orderliness, dapat lagi magkasama po yan.
Yes.
So, hindi naman po sa sabi ko nga, sinasample ko sa kanila. Dati, way back before, when I was the station commander of Station 7 ng Cubao, yung po kasing police station ko, doon maliit lang siya. Pero nasa sentro siya ng Quezon City. Kami po kasi yung police station ko yung isinalang sa ISO audit para po ma-certify as ISO compliant yung NCRPO. And so far po, since maliit yung police station, so far naman po na ilusot namin yung audit with flying colors, walang naging problema. Kaya very particular po tayo pagdating dun sa orderliness. Yung cleanliness, madali po natin gawin yan. We are doing it morning, evening, afternoon, so nalilinis natin. But when it comes to orderliness ng mga gamit sa mga opisina natin, yan po yung madalas na nakakaligtaan ng ating mga personnel. So dapat lagi magkasama.
Yes.
We are preparing, sabi ko nga, may inspection man o wala, may dadating ng bisita o wala, pupunta man si PD, pupunta man si RD, pupunta man si Chief PNP o hindi. Dapat yung ating mga opisina, ating mga police station, including its surroundings, dapat laging malinis. Kasi sinasabi ko nga po sa kanila, kayo ba, bilang mga pulis, kung kayo ba pagkatapos ng trabaho nyo sa police station, pagkatapos ng trabaho nyo sa mga opisina, gugustuhin nyo ba na ang dadat ng bahay eh madumi, makalat, hindi organisado? Siyempre, hindi naman po, di ba? So, ganun din yan. Just the same, dapat po ituring ng ating mga pulisan na yung police station is parang bahay nila. Para hindi nila gugustuhin na dadating sila tuwing umaga or aalis sila, uuwi sila, na wala sa ayos, madumi yung kanilang mga opisina. So yan po yung patuloy at paulit-ulit nating binabanggit sa kanila, hindi lamang po para sa purpose of inspection or visit. Dapat po embedded na sa ating mga pagkatao yung kalinisan at kaayusan ng ating mga opisina.
Yeah, ako. Thank you so much. Now, we'd like to greet, good morning, ato kang Lieutenant Colonel Charis Yabo o si Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Yabo. They are listening right now sa Kapihan sa Dipolog. Board Member Lee and then Advisor Alba.
Kay kung kayo ni si Professor Maribuhok. Basic yun nga pangutanan ako every visit nga mato ko sa mga police stations. Kanang basic nga ratio bitaw 1:500. Dito sa Lalbitad medyo okay ra. Sa Mutya short sila.
Oh.
Kan uban po nga mga LGU. Sumutana ko ni Colonel Caliao or whoever will answer this question. In particular, yung mga COP have they met the ratio in particular and the province in general?
So, Colonel Caliao, please.
Sir, ideal po yan, 1:500. Kaya pero, kung titingnan po natin, continuous po yung recruitment cycle ng PNP. Bakit po? Bakit continuous? Kasi as of now po, hindi pa rin po talaga, which is sabi nga yan yung, although we are dreaming of that ideal ratio to population ng PNP, so presently po kasi here in the whole of Zamboanga del Norte PPO, we have 1:717, I think. So which is near dun sa ideal na 1:500. Yung mga consideration po kasi, like for example, yung mga police station po natin, meron pong classification yan. City Police Station, Class A, Class B, Class C. Now, in every classification of our police station, may ideal strength of PNP personnel. Now, if a municipal police station is classified as a Class C police station, minimum po niyan, minimum 21. Anong tawag dito? Required 21 personnel. 21 pag Class C, di ba? Total strength, anong tawag doon? Allowed. Authorized strength is 21. So it can either be mapataas siya o mapababa. Pero kung 21, authorized pa rin po siya. Now pag Class B, I think it is 31 police station. Then Class A, yung mga ganon. So, may mga classifications po. There are, based din dun sa review po natin, yung review ko yung strength by police station and according to its classification, kasi may consideration po yan eh. There are, madami po sa ating mga police station na talagang pagtitingnan natin, if we will be looking into the policy, is sobra po yung number of police personnel. Ano po yan sinasabi ko, pero hindi pa rin yung take into consideration yung police to population ratio. So sobra pa rin po. Now, with this, tinitingnan din po natin yung strength ng ating mobile forces, yung strength ng nasa provincial police office, and even our NSUs. But in general po, overall, kung pagbabasihan po natin yung number of PNP personnel in the whole Zamboanga del Norte, meron na po tayong police to population ratio na 1:717 na, which is malapit na dun sa ideal. And kahit saan pong tayong police station or PNP unit pumunta, ang laging sagot dyan, ang laging problema dyan is insufficient number of PNP personnel. yan po kaya nga po tuloy-tuloy yung ating recruitment. Yan po yung mga yung laging problema na, sir, kulang ako sa police, kulang kami sa police, kulang sa ganito. But lahat po yan, actually dito nga po tayo, malapit tayo doon sa ideal strength o ideal police to population ratio. But when we go in Luzon, doon po talaga bubulaga sa atin yung malaking kakulangan ng ating kapulisan. We will be basing doon sa ideal na police to population ratio na 1:500. Usual po dyan, mga 1:1,200, 1:1,500. So doon po makikita yung kakulangan. But so far, with regards to the Zamboanga del Norte and Zamboanga del Norte PPO, we are closer po dun sa ideal police to population ratio.
Thank you, sir. Edgar Saranda, your question please, and then Professor Raymond Maribahok. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Last summary to all. Sir, in your 3 weeks stay sa provincial command, what have you discovered with the relation of the PNP in the province and the civilian? Because malaking aspect ito when it comes to operation. And itong insufficiency, this is very general, insufficiency natin. What do you think? Ano kaya? Bakit hanggang insufficient pa rin tayo? Is there something wrong na medyo reluctant yung mga gustong magpo-police, or the white may be, what have you seen, sir?
Thank you po, sir. Actually, wala naman pong problema. Wala pong mali. Ang lang po, mga considerations dito is that, yun nga, patuloy yung laki ng population natin. Dire-diretso naman po yan. So, with regards naman po dun sa ating recruitment process, yung nakukuha po nating mga bagong pulis, talaga pong naghihigpit tayo with regards to the screening process ng ating mga recruits. Kasi sabi nga, pagdating, kasi yun na nga ng mga well-educated, highly trained, nagkakaproblema pa. Ngayon, kung hindi po natin hihigpitan yung screening, na ang mangyayari parang kahit sino na lang pwedeng maging pulis, dyan po mas malaki ang magiging problema. Kaya naghihigpit po tayo. Now, with regards po naman dun sa suporta ng ating komunidad, sa ating kapulisan. So far po, dito ko po, sabi ko nga, malaki yung pagkakaiba in Luzon and in Mindanao. Dito ko nakita at dito ko naramdaman yung mga suporta ng lahat ng sektor, particularly our local government units. Unlike in Luzon, hindi ko naman sa yung lahat po sa Luzon, doon po kasi kailangan magsabi ka pa, mag-request ka pa. Unlike dito, LGUs and the different sectors are volunteering themselves. Kung ano po yung maiitulong namin sa inyo, wag po kayong mahiyang magsabi, or kung nahiya kayong magsabi, parating nyo lang kay COP para makatulong kami sa inyo. So malaki po talaga ang pagkakaiba. Now, when it comes to the different sectors of our community, particularly yung ating mga advocacy support groups, yung ating mga force multiplier. So nakikita po natin dito yung dynamic ng partnership ng ating mga support groups and force multiplier. Example ko na lang po, yung kahapon na ginawa natin na Bike for Peace and Justice, which is, kung tutuusin, short notice lang siya. And pagising ko nga kahapon ng 4:30, paglabas ko, wala pa. Sabi ko, parang lalangawin yata yung activity ng DILG at saka ng NTF-LCAC. Eh dito pa naman sa amin yung starting point. Although actually hindi naman kami organizer nun, only one of the facilitator. Sabi ko parang nakakahiya naman sa National Task Force ng LCAC at saka sa DILG family. Kasi iilan lang. Pero nung dumating na po yung alas 6, doon na ako nagulat. Sabi ko, we are only expecting 50, di ba? 50 bikers. And yet, yung dumating kahapon, siguro baka nag-close to 100 yung po. So dito pa lang sa simpleng activity na ito, nakita na natin yung suporta. And bukod pa po doon sa kanya-kanyang sektor natin. For example, yung ating advisory council which came from the different sectors of our community. So kita po talaga yung dynamic of partnership, collaboration, at saka yung close coordination. So wala po akong, sabi ko nga, very, anong tawag dito? Na-overwhelmed po ako dun sa suporta ng lahat ng sektor dito po sa Zamboanga del Norte.
Okay, thank you so much. In relation to community relations and coming from different sector, we have with us our Advisory Council Chairman, Engineer Roland Soliva. Sir.
Yeah, thank you. That ang PNP, the entire organization, sometimes in year 2014, nag-enroll siya sa International Solidarity of Asia. Nga kaning ISA, mga kuha ni sila, mga consultants na usanik organization composed of consultants. So, hinduol ang PNP organization, aning organization, kay naay negative perception ang katawhan. Ang usaan ni gi-identify endemic corruption, low level of training, massive human rights abuses, low crime conviction, poor IT capability, low fill-up of equipment, organizational dysfunction, o personality-based program. Pag-identify ani, kaning ISA o PNP, naghimo og roadmap. Ang title sa roadmap, Patrol Plan 2030. Unsa man ning 2030 nganong 2030 man? Sa gisulti nako nga mga negative perception, before 2030 wala na ni. Ang PNP na vision, akong basahon, by year 2030 we shall be highly capable, effective, and credible police service, working in partnership with a responsive community. Mo to gisulti ganina ni atong landong provincial director. We have to work with the community towards the attainment of a safer place to live, work, and do business. Our province or our country will have a credible, effective, capable police service very soon. Sa gimension nato aning among natabang nagsekreto si Judith ganina unsa member man ni si Ma'am Edith tumungpod sa Advisory Council, silang board member Boyle, Professor Maribuhok representing academy. Ang mong nabuhat usa among nabuhat miaging duha ka bulan tanan nga police station diri sa Zamboanga del Norte, even the mobile forces nag-conduct mi og operational review virtual rato Zoom, no? So up from Sirawai, Sibuko up to Rizal. Sa review nila, although kani nga review twice a year himuon amo ni, pero ang latest amo ni ang nahibaw-an namo. Ang crime solution efficiency hing taas. Ang crime clearance efficiency hing taas pod. So in spite of the fact nga kaning panahon karon pandemic, unsa man ning pandemic na to, lisod ang kwarta, lisod ang pagkaon, nanatay recession. I-declare na sa itong presidente, we are in recession now. Ang krimen ang tamo tulbong, pero in spite of that, kaya kung naay poverty, crime na agyon. In spite of that, nabilib ko, one municipality, Murag Pinyanto, I even questioned several times, nga nung zero ba to, Colonel?
I think it's Siayan.
Siayan. I-question ako, gitanaw na ko ang data yun, tinuod man yun. Ang Siayan. Kay basig unya hukus-pukus ba. Gipak zero ang siya yan. Guwapo
La
yan.
Libertad also.
La Libertad. Oh,
Kalawit,
guwapo.
yeah. La Libertad.
As mentioned by our good provincial director, Calao, he said nga ang police population ratio dili gyud eksakto nga 1:500. 1 police to 500 citizen dili wala nabot. Besides, despite of that, with the additional task karon gihatag karon sa DILG for the IATF, they were able to control the crime. I would like to share my experience with the last police chief sa Dipolog, si Colonel
Manisi.
Manise. I told him, Colonel, I'm very thankful that you really reduced the crime volume of Dipolog. I'm speaking in behalf of the business sector of Dipolog, being the president now, the current president of the Dipolog Chamber of Commerce. They were very happy. Paano sir? Paano nang happy sila? They were able to save. Paano sila nakasave? Wala na silang gwardiya sa establishment nila. Magkano ang gwardiya ngayon? 10,000 to 12,000, 10 hours. Kailangan sila ng dalawa, 20,000. They were able to save every month. Ganun ba sir? Ganun happy ba sila? Oo, ganun. If there is no crime, businessman will be able to save a lot of money. But itong mga jobless na mga security personnel will look for alternative means of livelihood. Nandito naman si SP Sanggunian
Member.
Panlalawigan. They could make some livelihood project. And we have all national government agencies. They have a lot of project. Ngayon, if you go to DOLE, DOST, DTI,
SWD,
maraming project. TESDA, maraming
Yeah, we did
funding, grant. I would like to take this advantage, no? This opportunity. Nga katong uban nga mga association or even individual could go to different government office, ask for assistance,
Yes.
present your program, and they will help you. Thank you, Edit.
Okay, thanks so much, Professor Raymond Maribohok. Excuse me. Your question, please. Quote in the act.
Good morning, Colonel. Magbisaya ko, magtagalog ko ni Colonel. Nahisgutan ni Colonel ganiha ang relative to ISO in which one of his experience, no, I think one of his assigned unit undergone the ISO, and ISO is very vital to the orderliness of in every establishment actually, no, even us in the academe. We undergo ISO, systems and procedures, sustain the systems and the procedures, no. So, relative to the problem that we saw as well during our audits is the keeping of documents, no. The keeping of documents, and also, I don't know if there is a constant review of systems and procedures within the office to sustain the mechanism, no. I just want to ask our new provincial director if he has any plan also to integrate ISO in ZNPPO and its lower units,
Ayan.
no, para hindi na tayo mahirapan pa maghanap in a slow manner, no, hindi naman diretso
Slow manner. Okay, Colonel Calao, please.
Maganda po na suggestion mo, sir.
Mahirap gawin.
But ang ano po kasi dito sa PNP in particular po, ang nag-start po kasi dapat sa itaas. Like what we have done in NCRPO, it started in NCRPO, then as a form of anong tawag to validate and to verify yung systems and procedure na ini-implement ng NCRPO, nag-designate po ng mga police station dun sa 5 police districts ng under NCRPO, nag-designate ng tigigisa. So it so happen yun nga, yung isang in QCPD, yung police station ko yung para ma-validate, ma-counter yung systems and procedures, and the same time yung cleanliness and orderliness ng PNP unit. So kung gagawin man po natin dito sa Zamboanga del Norte, so umpisahan po natin siguro, although hindi naman siya ISO pa, but in line with the GPNP's current trust, which is yung pong intensified cleanliness policy. So pwede po nating umpisahan yan, yun nga, yung cleanliness and orderliness of our offices. And at the same time, yung systems and procedure being observed dun sa mga different units natin, different divisions, different branch. But when it comes to ISO, so siguro po, mag-umpisa muna dun sa region, then i-check or i-counter, i-validate sa bawat PPOs, and at the same time down to the last police station. So far naman po, ngayon ang alam ko yung dun sa NCRPO, nasa district level na yung kanilang, yung pagpapa-certify nila ng as ISO. So siguro kung dumating po yung time na dito na sa Region 9, in particular in Zamboanga del Norte, kung ngayon po ay mai-prepare na natin yung ating mga offices, ating mga police units, kung dumating po yung time na yon, hindi na siguro mahihirapan, hindi na mabibigla. Kasi kung talaga pong outright yan, katulad nung nangyari sa amin before sa NCR, talagang nung una, so we are only given 2 months to prepare. So talagang mahirap po. But kung maumpisahan na natin ngayon, dumating man yung time na yon, so madali na po sa mga police units natin.
Okay, regarding PGS, no, in relation lang before your follow-up question, no, Engineer Roland Soliva, how far have we gone through sa PGS journey, sa ZNPPO? You have your mic.
I think our members is aware of this. No, ang sa tawagan ni Doc, learning and growth, operational excellence. That's our elements. No, perspective. Yeah. In the learning of growth, there is a program. From time to time, our personnel are being trained on IT, on investigation. Muna yung nakagwapo karon. Ang PNP karon has a continuous program to improve the capability of all their personnel. So, ang usa sa PGS, kaning performance governance systems, kaning Patrol Plan 2030, gidesign to raise the standards and ensure good governance. So katong sulti ni Professor Maribuhok, I think this is in line. At PNP, I think they have plan na, because the purpose of this, kung naanatay standard, it will address corruption through the promotion of transparency and accountability. I will give you an example. Nagkuha ko og police clearance sa PD, I think 2 months ago. Pagkuha ko ng police clearance, sabi niya, computerized naman, punta ko, magawa ako, computer na. Pag computer, susto, may record na ko. May record.
Di po na bad record.
May record na ko. Dili ko pwede mesyuhan. Dugay na, that was 10 years ago. Gamay kayo nga offense, no? Kadumdum na yun ko. So, gitanaw na ko ang file na ko. Tuaman, to may na-release na. Na-clear na ba? So, giagto na po na ko sa kuan. Sa clear na. Then, pagbalik na ko, okay na. Binigyan na ko ng clearance. It shows nga ang IT na to, nagamit na yun. Very effective. Karon ko na kay pagbinuang ka, bisag pagbinuang ka sa Tawi-Tawi o sa Batanes, magkuha ka clearance anywhere in the Philippines, patay gud ka. This how effective ang atong PNP now. Very transparent. May bawaan yun nila. In a split of a second, may bawaan din nila. So I'm very grateful. One of the achievement they were able to have now, the PNP. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Engineer Roland Soliva, atong PAC Chair. Professor Raymond Maribuhok, your question, please.
Yes, this is another picture, no? Another question. Election is now fast approaching. No? Actually, we can feel the heat.
Can we hold that question for part 2? We will talk about PGS and other. Doon sa part 2 yan yung mga thrilling, intriguing questions.
Okay.
Hold your horses.
Okay. Can I ask about lawless elements?
Okay. Go ahead, please.
Sige. Introduction pagali ito, di pa ito pangutana. Di pa ito pangutana, intro lang to. Then these lawless elements, no, some of these groups are being used by politicians. So di na ko manghilabot sa politician. I'll go for LLEs. So as of this time, Colonel Calya, what is the update of the LLEs within Zamboanga del Norte, emphasizing the 3rd district of the province, and what are the action taken, no, by the PNP to address these problems?
Okay, existing lawless elements in the province. Colonel Calyao.
With regards to these criminal groups po, on the regional level, actually hindi lamang po on the provincial level. So prior to my assumption here as the acting provincial director, meron na po ang mga initiative ang national headquarters ng Philippine National Police with regards to this ang term pa nga na ginagamit namin dito is yung mga probable private armed groups, which is ganun din siya, yung pong mga criminal groups, lawless elements. Now, on the national level, regional level, and syempre down to the regional level, provincial level, meron na po tayong mga initiatives na ginagawa. Like for example po yung validation and over and above po dun sa ating mga usual police operations na isinasagawa. So with regards to our initiatives po, in particular dito po sa Zamboanga del Norte province. So yung ating pong police operations with regards to against these lawless elements is still mas pinaigting pa po natin ngayon considering the fact that the election period is just around the corner. Kasi yan nga po yung sinasabi namin, yung malaki yung possibility or yung probable private armed groups na magamit during the time of election. So yun po ang ating service of warrant of arrest. So we are directly going against them. So yung mga ating police operations, service of warrant of arrest, even our applications of search warrant, o focusing on their armaments, yung mga baril po nila. So yan po, tuloy-tuloy po yan. Tuloy-tuloy nating isinasagawa. And I have already directed our police, our chiefs of police to intensify their campaign, particularly on wanted persons, kasi majority of these lawless elements is talagang withstanding warrant of arrest po. So yan po yan, tuloy-tuloy po yung ating isinasagawa dyan. And syempre, in close coordination with our AFP counterparts, particularly doon po sa 3rd district ng ating probinsya.
Okay. Before we go to our part 2 discussion of our Kapihan sa Dipolog, we will come up with questions and Colonel Calya will answer that after the commercial break.
Just a follow-up.
Okay, follow-up. Then,
not question, a
okay,
statement
follow-up,
only.
okay.
Thank you, Colonel, for providing us the regional perspective as well. It's because right now, some of the gun for hire groups and criminal gangs from Zamboanga City and Sur are coming to our province, hired by some of I don't know who are these people. So thank you for that response, and thank you for the intensifying the operation of our PNP in the province, and we hope that our force multiplier also can help identify these individuals with that context, kasi malapit na. Thank you.
okay, thank you so much. Number 1 question, we will answer it after the commercial break. Kumbaga, ipaung-ung ang pangutana, tubago nimo human sa commercial break. Ang dabu-dabuhan ka na mong pangutana. Number 1 question is, before the commercial break, regarding the private army, and if there are private army or lawless elements, there are counterparts also being used by politicians. And since election is forthcoming, so maybe you have also plans and programs to prevent these scenarios from occurring here in the province of Zamboanga del Norte, like election-related crimes. No? So that is one, private army used by the politicians. Number 2 question is, Our province, Zamboanga del Norte, thank God, ang Kapihan sa Dipolog is neutral, independent, no? So, we are not beholden to any politician. So, our question is, since time immemorial, the police have been used by politicians, whoever is sitting in power. So, do you think in your time, as the Provincial Director of Zamboanga del Norte, ZNPPO, if you will be assigned still here in Zamboanga del Norte during the election time, do you think you will be used by any politician for that matter, and you will agree to their whims and caprices? Okay, that is question number 2. Yeah. Question number 3 is, I will read this one from our Kapihan sa Dipolog nga funds no nato 041. Okay. I will read this one from Monina Pension House. Where is that? Okay. Dali lang ko salain kay dali ra rin di Disura kay nini ang atong kudigo pinal ay. Okay, asa naman to siya? Okay, yara. So I will just read for your benefit of our listeners and viewers atong Kapihan sa Dipolog. This is coming from Monina Pension House sa Dapitan City, si Mr. Vicente Changson and family from the United States of America. If you remember, atong suki, nara siya sige, gapaluyo sa Kapihan sa Dipolog sa Okay, question number 1 is, the Philippine National Police spent only 86.568 million pesos of its 722.95 million shares of funding as a member agency of the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, ELCAC, in 2020. What is Zamboanga del Norte Province PNP's National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict budget? Another question. Zamboanga del Norte are set to receive housing units from the government through the Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, ELCAC again. What are the locations of the projects? More is planned for these kind of projects. Another question, Philippine National Police personnel are now wearing body cameras during operations. Is Zamboanga del Norte PNP using them now? So those are the questions coming from family of Mr. Vicente Changson and siya mismo from New Jersey, USA, sa Monina Pension House, Dapitan City. And your question, Board Member Lee, para Tubagon, you have question? Professor Raymond Maribok, about your election. Yung nakaung-ung ni mo ganina. Okay, KFR daw. Board Member Lee, will you please express your question? Use the microphone, please. Tara.
KFR already
Kidnap for ransom.
Especially the 3rd district. I asked Raymond, anong nangyari kay Riday? Patay na ba yun? Sabi niya, buhay pa raw eh.
Sa Manukan, sa Prisuano?
Di, yung notorious na KFR
Sa
doon.
region?
I heard that he was apprehended or killed in an operation. Hindi ko alam ang nangyari. Kasi yung KFR activities.
Yung sa Mukas. Yeah, what happened to Red Eye?
Kasi yung KFR activities.
Apprehended man to na.
I was asking na neutralize na ba yun, especially sa 3rd district.
Okay, yeah. If you have any updates from the PNP, Colonel Calio, maybe Colonel Barredo or Major Agdano, after the commercial break. Don't get excited. Okay, no more questions. Engineer Roland Saliva, you may raise your question now. Okay, shy kayo sila. Okay, so meron pa tayong madugo na questions later, sir, ha? Okay. So, Edgar, take it away, please, for our commercial break.
Okay, thank you very much. Agad po nato ipadayon ang ato nga panag-uban sa tinganang Kapihan sa Dipolog. Ato unang pasalamatan ng ato mga sponsors nga sa kanunay nagpaluyo sa atong tulungan ng Kapihan sa Dipolog. Live karon diri sa Camp Amak, si Kayab nitong Dakbayan sa Dipolog. Kauban sa atong bagong Provincial Director, si Provincial Director Caliao. Kauban sa iyang mga opisyalis sa atong Zamboanga del Norte Police Provincial Office o ang advisor advisory council niya sa karon dire. Atong pasalamat ngadto na kang Manager Gold Pabriga, well of course dito na sa Hotel Camila 1, ang atong regular broadcast center dito sa kapihan sa Dipolo, dito sa Hotel Camila 1 o sa iyang staff sa Hotel Camila 1. Daghang pasalamatan ang National Grid Corporation of the Philippines kung NGCP. Thank you. Abi na ko di mo sigag balik. Kang Divina Ma'am Beth Ladaga, ang Public Affairs Lead Specialist, nagpanuhundom kanunay sa 52 bilyones nga cable terminal ang kansang station na sa Barangay Tag-Ulod, Dakbayan sa Dapitan. Kini mga paningkamot ipagi ni NGCP President Anthony Almeida, Chairman Henry C. Jr. o sa spokesperson nga si Attorney Cynthia Alabanza. Pasalamat ka ito na kang Congresswoman Luna Labad-Labad sa House of Representatives representing the 2nd District of Zamboanga del Norte. Ngatusab kang Honorable Vice Governor Attorney Sinin O. Angeles nga mao sa presiding officer sa Kuniang Panlalawigan. Ngato kang Director Rad Don Cedinio, ang atong Regional Executive Director, Department of Agriculture 9 nga nagbase sa Pagadian City. Pasalamat usab nato kang Congressman Romeo Janjan, Kuya Janjan Halusos Jr., House of Representatives representing the 1st District of Zamboanga del Norte. Ngadto usab sa atong kauban karon diri sa kapihan sa Dipolog kang Engineer Roland Soliva, kauban na ang iyang maanyang kapikas kinabuhi si Ma'am Cecil Soliva, ang atong chairperson sa Provincial Advisory Council o presidente sa Dipolog Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated, Engineer Roland Soliva. Ang ato usab pasalamat ngadto kang 2nd District Board Member Julius Napigit, presiding officer pro tempore sa buwangang sangguniang Panlalawigan. Ngato usab pasalamatan nato si Mayor Ivan Hope Always sa lungsod sa Pulangco o ang iyang vice mayor nga mo'y acting mayor karon si Honorable Vice Mayor Alfredo Baiteta o ang Petra Cement Incorporated ato kini pinagi ni Engineer Gilbert Cruz sa Lower Erasan, Ruas, Zamboanga del Norte. Pasalamat usab nga kang Mayor John Henrik Balicer, Attorney John Henrik Balicer sa lungsod sa Rojas ni ngatong lalawigan sa Zamboanga del Norte. Atong sang pasalamatan si Mayor Melody, Honorable Mayor Melody Tulin sa lungsod sa Salog, the musical town of Zamboanga del Norte. Janus Marketing, alang sa nakadiyang spare parts sa motorsiklo, mga four-wheel vehicles sa makatarungan ng mga presyo na ginimutang sa Quezon Avenue, Dipolog City. Kini gipanaiya ginabala ni Janus U. Matawag sa telephone number 212-1148. Ang J and P Fruit Nursery and Lumberyard, anaan nakadaiyang fruit seedlings, coconut lumberyard, sa ubos nga presyo o makaturang nga presyo. Nga sa barangay Lingasad, Pulangkong ilahang stocks o gipakita ilang sa Mr. Porperio, necessary ang proprietor and manager. Di pala sa pitas may kabubuton sa Kasaba Growers Association of the Philippines kung Kagapa. Alang na sa damian kaayong nga kasaba chips na nakadaiyang flavor, banana crackers, boneless bangus, uban pang local farm products. Pagkikita lamang si Mang Susan Empinado, ng atong livelihood center in charge sa Dakbayan sa Dapitan. Okay, masab shout out nga to kang Roger William and Jennifer Key Agustin King sa Oma County, Northern Ireland, kang RD of Jennifer sa Doha, Qatar, kang Lady of George sa Toronto, Canada, o kang RDL tumong nga tong acting PCDM, PCA Zamboanga, Sibugay. Dugang pang napalis ng paniguban sa Talamunon, Kapihan sa Dipolog, ipalan sa pitas may kabubuton sa Warren Stitches and cases no mapatahi ka mga case mga guest riders best pagitay si Warren sa bagsakan ni edad na sa Warren sa Warren Stitches and Print Shop diha sa bagsakan ni edad natong Dakbayan sa Dipolo. Hinumdumi ang pangalan Warren Stitches and Print Shop. Imasab kapaliusab ka nato sa way pagmamakuli ang atong si Attorney Roselier Mato Barinaga, atong panelist diri na kanhi Dean sa College of Law sa Rizal Memorial State University, kanhi 2nd District Congressman, kanhi usab NAPSI Undersecretary, Attorney Roselier Matoy Barinaga. Yun sa gipalang kita sa may kabubuton sa Gloria Fantasyland, dito na sa Gloria de Dapitan. Bring the family and let out the child in you, dito sulod sa Fantasyland. Ato lamang sundo ng atong mga minimum health protocols dito sa loob sa Fantasyland o Gloria di Dapitan para ma-enjoy ang pamilya o mga bisita sa atong pag-adto dito. Ug tuwa ka sa Dapitan, nangita ka sa lamian kaayo na pagkaon seafoods ato ang Inato Ulang Restaurant sa Dapitan Aquamarine Park or Dampa dito na sa Dakbayan sa Dapitan. Ang Gloria di Dapitan Fantasyland o Inato Ulang Restaurant sa Dampa gipanagya ginumala kini ni kanhi 1st District Congressman Romeo Nunong Halosos. Mao kadto ang pipila ka mga nagpalayos ng panag-uban sa Trumanon Kapihan sa Dipolo. Babati live butak Domingo alas 9 ngadto sa alas 11 sa Magic FM 90.9 megahertz. So katong salamat sa kang manager sa Magic FM. Ibalik na to kang edit alang sa magpadayon sa atong Kapihan sa Dipolog.
Okay, thank you so much. No, back sa atong discussion sa atong Kapihan sa Dipolog. Kauban ang ato ang new provincial director si Colonel Giovanni Hyacinth Calyao. And ato ipahibalo nga ang serious man niya Municipal Police Station nakamonitor nato karon, tapos ang Zamboanga del Norte ZNPMFC second PMFC, no, silang Imong Rodarbal, kinsa ni sila. Pulangco Municipal Police Station, nagmonitor usab nato ang Camol Tampilisan, Zamboanga del Norte FOB, second PMFC. Dayon PNP Rizal MPS, no, nagmonitor po nato karon sa atong Kapihan sa Dipolog. Daghan kaayo sa nga tanan nagmonitor nato karon sa atong Kapihan sa Dipolog. Daghan kay salamat, ilabi na ang mga lain-lain nga mga municipal police stations. Live man kita karon sa YouTube ug sa Facebook, munang daghan kayo ang nagmonitor nato karon Colonel Calyao, no. So na atong gi-acknowledge og ang uban pa i-acknowledge nato later as we go along our program. So diyan naman diri, balik na ato si atong mga bisita karong buntaga. Ato nang i-rewind, i-recapitulate ang atong question before ta nag-commercial break. Number one question is about the PNP being used by politicians, especially during election time. Would you agree to it, Colonel Calyao?
Actually, ma'am, we can consider this as things of the past. Alam naman natin po na kung gaano po ka-professional ang ating Philippine National Police, in particular nationwide. Lalong-lalo na po yung election every 3 years and tsaka yung national level every 6 years. So our Philippine National Police, particularly the Zamboanga del Norte PPO, is a professionalized organization. So being anong tawag ba dito? Being said that we are being used by politicians, particularly during time of election, is I will not agree to that. Dahil very professional po tayo, and yung pong election every 3 years, every 6 years lang po yan. So yung pong ating pagiging police is in the span of our service, which is alam naman natin na comes the 56 years old of every personnel. Diyan lang po yung time na maalis tayo sa organization, or unless magkaroon tayo ng problema during the time of our service. So siguro naman po hindi po natin isakripisyo, hindi po namin isasakripisyo yung aming serbisyo para lang sa ganitong mga okasyon, or should I say sa ganitong mga undertakings. So hindi po natin, lalong-lalo na po ako, I myself, for the past 25 years of my service, never in my service po na-involve tayo sa ganitong gawain, in particular yung sinasabi nilang electioneering. So we are highly professionalized, and I myself will attest to that na hindi po tayo magagamit, lalong-lalo na po pagdating sa mga ganitong undertakings.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Things of the past. But then again, we could not deny that there are some politicians na nagkikilatis kung sino man, kung ano man, kung anong connections ang isang official na darating na i-assign for a particular place. Sabi yung iba sasabihin na, so sino yan? PDO, atin ba yan? Saan din galing? I think you know also that for a fact. Comment.
Kasama na po yan, pero ako na nagsasabi, I still have 11 years in my service. At hindi ko po isasakripisyo yung 11 years na yon. Hindi lamang po tayo para dito. Sabi ko nga, hanggat nasa Pilipinas tayo, pulis po tayo. Hindi po ako, on my personal opinion, hindi ko po isasakripisyo yung natitirang taon ko sa serbisyo para lang sa mga ganitong speculations, para sa ganitong mga undertakings or yung sinasabi na magagamit ng politiko. Focus lang po tayo sa trabaho to maintain peace and order, kung may crime, to prevent crime, kung meron, to solve crime. So yan po yung ating primary na trabaho ng ating Philippine National Police.
Okay, very well said. How about the questions coming from Mr. Vicente Changson of Manila Pension House from New Jersey, USA, regarding LCAC, the budget, and the housing units for surrenderers?
With regards po dun sa budget natin sa LCAC. So, as a backgrounder po, for the information na rin po ng ating mga taga-subaybay, yung pong National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict is member lang po yung ating Philippine National Police. So with regards po dun sa budgeting, hindi po ako into or well-versed, particularly dun sa national level and even at the regional level. So yung pong ating budget, in particular, para po dito sa ating programa ng ating national government, yun nga pong LCAP, I do believe na ito po is integrated po doon sa ating operational fund na tinatanggap, be it monthly, on a monthly basis. So yung undertakings po natin dito para po doon sa in support to the Executive Order 70, which is yun nga pong creation ng National Task Force.
Whole nation approach.
Opo, whole of the nation approach. So may mga contributory programs po ang ating Philippine National Police, particularly itong ating Zamboanga del Norte PPO. So we have contributory programs like for example, banggitin na po natin yung ilan lang dito, yung pong ating barangayanihan,
yes,
which is purposely is to assist our marginalized kababayans, lalong-lalo na po yung in dire needs during this pandemic. Then another thing is that yung pong pag-facilitate natin nung pag-surrender ng ating mga kapatid na nasa kabilang paniniwala, and at the same time, include na rin po yung mga supporters nila on the local level.
Yes.
And isa pa rin po dito, yung pagsasagawa natin ng mga information disseminations, yung pag-educate natin dun sa ating mga communities, particularly yung mga medyo nasa malalayong lugar o yung tinatawag nating nasa laylayan. So yung information po natin, yung information disseminations, conduct of dialogues, yung ating pag-organize sa kanila. So ito po naman is not only focusing dun sa counter-insurgency measure ng ating government. So ano na po to, sama-sama na, including na po dito yung ating anti-illegal drugs trust, yung ating paglaban, pag-combat sa illegal drugs, and kasama na rin po dito yung mga common crimes na nangyayari sa mga bawat lokalidad. So particularly yung alam naman natin yung mga medyo nasa malalayong lugar. So more on domestic problems yung ano. So kasama na po yan dun sa mga information dissemination na ginagawa natin. Now, pagdating po dito sa housing, so parang hindi ko pa na ano to kasi yung level po niya is we can ano po dyan, assume na on the national level po nung NTF LCAC yung sa housing.
Yes.
So medyo ano na po ang PNP pagdating sa ganyang level ano po. So but we can assure our kababayans na yung pong participation natin, yung support po, yung pag back up po ng ating CNPPO, particularly on this undertaking yung pong sa LCAC, ay tuloy-tuloy po yan. And we can assure our community at katunayan nga po last Friday, I think, Friday, meron pong itinurn over na programa ang or yung beneficiary, yung isang community coming from our National Task Force ng LCAC. May itinurn over na po sa isang barangay dito sa atin sa Zamboanga del Norte. So tuloy-tuloy po yan. May mga identified barangay na beneficiaries po ng programa ng ating coming from the National Task Force.
Okay, thank you so much. Engineer Roland Soliva, as member of the Regional Advisory Council, can add to that information regarding LCAC. But before that, Engineer Roland Soliva, I would like to greet and acknowledge ang ato mga viewers coming from the different municipal police station here in this province of Zamboanga del Norte. Good morning po, sir, watching from Manukan Municipal Police Station. Good morning, sir, watching from Sindangan Municipal Police Station po. Si Wyatt Akas, good morning. Ato ang panelist nga ni absent karon, next Sunday na daw siya. Good morning, sir, watching from Tampilisan Municipal Police Station. Good morning, sir, watching from 2nd ZNPMFC po. Good morning, sir, watching from Pulangco Municipal Police Station. Good morning, sir, watching from Rojas Municipal Police Station. Good morning, sir, watching from La Libertad Municipal Police Station. Good morning, sir, watching from Shayan Municipal Police Station. Good morning, sir, watching from Rojas, and then Leon Postigo Municipal Police Station. Good morning, watching from Shayan Municipal Police Station. Good morning, watching from La Libertad, Shayan, nagbalik na. Sergio Osmeña. Good morning, Sergio Osmeña Municipal Police Station watching. Pulangco, MPS watching. Siboy Big Dalangon. Good morning, watching from Camol, Tampilisan, Zamboanga del Norte, FOB, 2nd ZNPMFC. And Salog, good morning, ma'am, sir, watching from Salog, MPS Reklamo. And good morning, sir, watching from Leon Postigo Municipal Police Station. Roll call na to ha, kinsa to'y wala pa diha. Sige na mo kay para dili mo explain within 72 hours ni Colonel Calyao o unsay nahitabo sa kapihan sa Dipolog, wa mo ika-report. Okay, so magparamdam na kayo mga MPS. Okay. So Engineer Roland Soliva regarding LCAC, please.
Makashare ko gamay bahin sa LCAC kay membro man ko sa Regional Task Force LCAC and Local Communist Armed Conflict. Last month nag-meeting me ang gitagaan o Barangay Development Program nga funding sa Zamboanga del Norte tulura ang Barangay Tinoyop sa Leon Postigo at saka yung Midatag. Midatag. Oo, Leon. Midatag or Nasibak, no? Basta kanang duhara, nagtapat. Leon Postigo. Okay. Ang ikatulo, taga sa Sergio Osmeña.
Okay.
Ang barangay, kung dili bagong bayan, Nazaret. Naka-receive na ni nga barangay, kaning tulo ka barangay, nadawat na kuno nila ang 20 million.
Wow.
Ang report sa Provincial Government of Zamboanga del Norte, during that meeting, namin sila representative, kaning 20 million per barangay, ang gamito nila ni paghimo sa dalan, pag-improve sa dalan, paghimo atong tulay, muna ilang program. Ang sa Zamboanga del Sur o Zamboanga Sibugay, ang 20 million, gibahin-bahin nila. Livelihood, na social development, na po infrastructure. Sunod tuig 2022, nag-apply po ang Zamboanga del Norte kanang 20 million per barangay sa BDP. Mura og mga 20 ka barangay ito. Karon tulo rata kay wala siguro takabantay ba. Ang Zamboanga del Sur daghan ilang na barangay naka-benefit ani. Ang
Baliulahi ang Zamboanga del Norte naka-avail.
Tulo ra to
Okay.
So anyway, siguro na ulahi ta ro unsa man pero sunod daghan ta.
Okay.
Ang mga barangay nga tuwa dito sa Gida, kanang geographically isolated disadvantaged area. Kanang gi-declare pa na nila og influence or cleared nga sa CTG. Muy taga priority 20 million. So follow up barangay captain anang 20 million karon mag-follow up na mo nga di gyud mo malimtan. Salamat.
Okay. From the provincial government na po ning info si Board Member Boyli.
Just a point of verification sa atong
Okay, yes.
chairman,
Go ahead.
Engineer Soliva. Doon na may balikbayan program.
Naka-on na imong microphone?
Balikbayan program sa Municipality of Kalawit. Is that included sa ILCAC?
Kanang BP2, balik probinsya, bagong pag-asa,
Yeah.
number
At sa Kalawit
2.
na.
Oh, para na sa mga
Ang COVID.
displaced nga mga workers o OFW o nagtrabaho sa Manila nga ayaw nang magtog Manila kay lisod kay dito nakaduging-dugang lamog traffic, balik mo sa probinsya. So
Okay.
kitagaan sa atong gobyerno karon sa provincial government, gwapo nga lugar. Sige nang
Dito na sa
gidevelop
Kalawit.
sa
Ang pagkain
Kalawit.
ng bayan.
Oo.
Kayo ng
I
bayan,
think
nag-turn over sa
200
DAR.
hectares na ang National Housing Authority na dito, na Department of Agriculture, ang Tabang, DPWH,
Convergence sa mga
at
kwan.
Convergence na. Ang
Lagi, doon na mo gupoy. Di na mo mention ng name sa one of the mayors. Ang ILCAC kuno is concentrated sa Leon Postigo, na po sa Sirius Minya, sa first and second, sa third wala. Why not kuno, although dili man na sila mga communist group, mga surinderis gyapon sila, pero kating gitawag og secessionist group, kana mga luskuman bitaw nga medyo ni-surrender na. So, I know, ang province, nihatag nila og mga livelihood para ng panagat, etc. etc. Pero kaning gitawag lag housing, murag wala sila ana. No, I don't know og apil sa
Sir,
ILCAC.
Mr. I
Okay,
think yung
DPWH,
housing na sinasabi ni Board
Remy
is,
Barredo.
yung LCAC kasi marami siyang projects. Kaya ngayon kanina yung tinatanong about sa budget, nila namin masagot talaga ng PNP. Marami kasing, kuhan yun. Yung sinasabi niyo siguro, Board, is yung halfway houses. So it's form part of the project of the LCAC, yung halfway houses. So dito sa atin, sa Zamboanga del Norte, if I can recall it right, sa Dipolog, mayroon tayo dito sa Santa Filomena. Then in Godog, I think it's still an ongoing project. It was already inaugurated. Division pa nga ata nun yung Chief of Staff ngayon ng AFP, si Sir Subihana. So, yun ang halfway houses po yun ang tawag doon, yung parang at saka yung nagdi-determine kasi ng areas kung saan itatayo yun para hindi ma-displace din sila kung doon talagang kabuhayan nila is yung AFP natin. Together yung PNP doon. That's why may committee kami yun doon sa AFP and PNP kung ready for yung sinasabi namin ready for development, then doon gagawin ang focus ang projects para hindi sila ma-displaced. Then merong anong tawag yun, yung parang iiwan na pwersa doon ang government to secure them para hindi sila ulit balikan ng kanilang dating mga kasamahan na iinggan nyo naman silang bumalik sa pakikibaka against sa government. So kana ang project. So there are projects sa amin in the PNP, mayroon kami yung sinasabi yung KAMUS no sir, no, yung nagbibigay kami ng monetary reward for KAMUS. Yun ang sa PNP minimal lang yun yung binibigay namin na amount doon. But the guidelines na nag-set doon is yung LTF LCAC kung magkano ang ibigay. Yung for us in the PNP, ang sa amin is we will assist on yung kanang pag mag-surrender sila yung may dalang baril dahil may conversion yun siya, may computation yun siya together with the AFP. So yun ang sector na napasukan ng PNP. For infrastructure, yung sinabi kanina ni PAC Chairman, ni Engineer Soliva, is parang sa DPWH yun siya, yung farm to market roads na sinasabi. Then yung mga buildings or whatever na yung worth on is 20 million. So yun ang so there are programs sa housing yun sir, yung sinasabi siguro yung halfway houses. That's their parang pabahay yun sa kanila. Sila lang din ang nandun, magkakakilala pa rin sila. Hindi sila nililipat ng ibang area.
Okay, we have how many minutes left before we wind up our program? So we will entertain 3. Okay, 18 minutes more to go before we wind up our program. We have 3 questions, no? Okay, number 1 question is ay sa kwan pala, yung sa Kidapuran Samgang. KFR, who will answer the question? Major Robert Agda, please. I'm sorry.
Yung question kanina ni Sir about dun kay Sehar Mulok. Si Harmulok was arrested last July 2016 doon sa Barangay Kalyantana sa Zamboanga, Sibugay. By virtue of warrant of arrest for the kidnapping of Del Torcio doon dito sa Dipolog, yung sa pizza. Siya may-ari yung
Your Choice
sir.
Pizza.
Doon siya kinidnap, sir, nung
Del Torcio, Rolando.
mga kidnapper,
Father
sir.
Rolando Del Torcio.
Si Hermolog has direct link to Commander Idang Susukan doon sa ASG Sulu based, and he was utilized as pattern for the many kidnappings na nangyari to sa Zamboanga Peninsula. And eventually, he was guilty of kidnapping, and now he's serving his sentence doon sa Muntinlupa ngayon. Red Eye, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, no? So, 3 questions na lang. Ako iusa ni pag-ayo ni Colonel Calao para mausap po niya, and then kuha na dito, parting words and statements na dito. One question is, for God and country, Zamboanga del Norte Provincial Police Office. For God, one family, walang kutong, for country service. Image of the police being reformed professionally. Kaya meron tayong PCS and all those other programs of the government for the PNP. Bakit merong mga pulis maraming pamilya? Tsaka, bakit? No, meron. Bakit meron kasing nangungutong pa under the table deals para to provide their additional families? Tsaka, naku na ang sweldo karon sa PNP. Ano karon nga, wala gihapon ma-discipline. Wala gihapon na siya ma-reform completely. Naaman dyan mga bad eggs, no, in the basket. So that is one. Iusa na, sir, ha? Okay. Number 2 is internal cleansing for Zamboanga del Norte PPO. What happened to those scalawags? No? Napa ba? Active ba? And or sa imong command karon, sa imong pagkuan karon, assess karon sa imong mga men and women in uniform under your command, okay na, as in. And third is yung illegal drugs. Kumusta ang ato ang illegal drugs operations diri sa Zamboanga del Norte? Okay, so you have the floor.
Compounded po
Yeah.
So first and foremost po,
dabu-dabuhan kag pangutana.
yung ating pong Forgotten Country, ano. So at place po yung ating mga programa para nga po yan yung tuwid the organization from bad eggs.
Yes.
Still meron pa rin po talaga, hindi natin maikailayan. Now, with the current trust, and siguro naman po na napanood nyo or narinig nyo sa mga news news be it on TV or online or sa radios, yung directive ng ating Chief of the Philippine National Police with regards to our personnel who will be bound to have mga extracurricular activities,
yes.
including na po yung family,
Yes.
So very strict po yung ating leadership with regards to that, and I myself hindi po natin ito-tolerate yan. And yun nga po yung mga programa natin, like for example even our chaplain service, meron na rin po silang ini-launch na sariling programa nila to guide our personnel. And syempre yung pong ating mga spiritual leaders who are continuously guiding our personnel, be it on the provincial level. Syempre yung mga police station natin, meron din pong kanya-kanyang spiritual leaders na nag-guide sa kanila. Now, another thing is that yung po namang pagdating po dun sa sinasabi natin na bakit na-engage pa rin dun sa mga illegal activities, so mga kotong na well in fact
Ang laki ng sweldo.
ang laki na po ng sweldo. So ito po kasing itong dysfunction na ito, like for example sa ating organization, is we can say na sa individual na po yan. And even our organization, may mga programa din po siya when it comes to financial management. So our personnel, katulad nga po ng sabi ni Sir Suliba, kanina, na yung pong ating organizations, at yun po ang pinapagpasalamat namin sa ating advisory council, kasi kayo po yung mismong makaka-attest doon sa mga programa na isinasagawa ng ating organization na tuloy-tuloy po, continuous, at kasama nga na nga po dyan yung ating financial management for our personnel. Now, totoo po yan na kung ganyan na may extracurricular activities, may higit sa isa pa yung pamilya, talagang ang endpoint po niyan is dahil sa matinding pangangailangan, talagang malaki yung possibility na, or vulnerable. And as a matter of fact, when I was in NCRPO, nagsagawa na po ng programa ang leadership natin na i-identify yung mga personnel who is receiving way below dun sa kanilang monthly salary. Kasi yun po, hindi naman ang purpose na ipahiya sila or whatsoever, but ang purpose po dito is i-identify yung mga personnel who is more vulnerable sa corruption. Dahil nga po dun sa siguro maling financial management, or at the same time, siguro may mga extracurricular activities. Pero hindi naman po natin nilalahat kasi meron talaga tayong personnel na out of the needs sa pamilya niya or even his or her extended family, talagang nagre-result or nagre-recourse into yung pag-loan talaga. So hindi po to discriminate them. Ano ba? So ang atin lang dito is bigyan ng emphasis na yung financial management kailangan talaga meron ang bawat personnel. Kasi sabi ko nga, pag kinakausap ko yung mga personnel natin, yung mga patrolman, patrol women, which is now receiving this kind of pay. Sabi ko nga sa kanila, ayusin nyo yung trabaho nyo, ayusin nyo yung serbisyo nyo, kasi napakaswerte nyo. Kasi yung base pay nyo ngayon, base pay ko yan nung ako'y major. So, ang laki ng diferensya. So, proper management, proper financial management, dapat i-instill natin dun sa ating personnel. And, ang kabilin-bilinan ko rin dun sa ating mga chief of police po at saka unit commanders and even our section chiefs na they should practice or they should exercise their disciplinary authority over their personnel. Hindi lahat nakaturo sa akin na kailangan ako pa yung magparusa, which is by level naman po yan, yung mga immediate supervisor, immediate chiefs, may kanya-kanyang level of authority or disciplinary authority na dapat i-exercise. So kung merong personnel na talagang matigas ang ulo, yung mga basic guidelines, instructions, hindi nasusunod, so it is up for them to exercise their disciplinary authority. Ngayon, kung labas na sa level nila, I can assure each and everyone and even our chiefs of police na kung lumabas na sa level nila, ako na po ang directly mag-exercise.
Sa chain of command. Okay.
Opo,
Internal cleansing, sir, briefly, and illegal drugs because we are running out of time.
With regards po sa ating internal cleansing, which is kasama po dun sa current trust ng ating Chief of the Philippine National Police, which is yung cleanliness in our ranks. So currently po, may mga programa po tayo, so kasama na po dyan yung ating e-gabay, yun nga yung sa chaplain service, yung ating mga spiritual leaders na patuloy na nag-guide sa atin. Then another thing is that yung pag-undergo po ng ating personnel sa mandatory drug testing. So far, iilan na lamang po. So out of our total strength, meron na lamang pong natitira na 100, kulang-kulang 150 personnel na hindi pa nakapag-undergo. Kasi scheduling din po yan. Ano? Now, with regards to our disciplinary authority, so currently po, from January to June, so meron na po tayong, we have 13 personnel na meron pong administrative case na ongoing. So dyan po, yan lamang po ipinapakita natin na we do not tolerate the shortcomings or the lapses committed by our personnel. So far from January to June this year, we have penalized 15 of our personnel who have found anong tawag dito, yung mga pagkukulang po or lapses during their rendering of duties and responsibility. Now, as for our campaign against illegal drugs, so makakaasa po ang ating mga kababayan na ito po ay more intense, sabi ko nga, mas pagpupursigihin pa po natin. So far naman po, for the last quarter of this year, particularly April, May, June, so we have conducted a total of 58 anti-illegal drug operations. So ito po ay through bypass, through service of search warrants. And so far we have confiscated a total drug value of 857,690 with regards to shabu, and a total of 16,000 pesos worth of marijuana. So mas paiigtingin pa po natin ang ating kampanya, at sabi ko nga po dun sa ating mga chiefs of police and even the chief of our provincial drug enforcement unit, if we can go after the supplier, be it lalabas tayo ng probinsya, tatawid tayo ng ibang probinsya, or tatawid tayo ng ibang region, gagawin po natin yan kasi nagawa na po natin before when we are in NCRPO. Tatawid tayo sa ibang district, tatawid sa ibang city, or tatawid sa ibang tatawid sa ibang probinsya, and nagawa na rin po natin tumawid sa ibang region through follow-up operation. So mas paiigtingin pa po natin. And syempre, hindi lamang po tayo nakapokus dun sa ating anti-illegal drug operations. We are also focusing on the information dissemination sa ating mga kabaranggayan, pero syempre para po yung demand is makat din naman natin. And as a matter of fact, our Barangay Anti-Drug Abuse Council, our Municipal Anti-Drug Abuse Council, City Drug Abuse Council, and even our Provincial Drug Abuse Council is very supportive in this undertaking. So far po, out of the 691 barangays, we have already 382 drug-cleared barangays. So ito po as promulgated by the PIDEA and DDB. Sila po yung nagja-judge nito through mga documents submitted and operational accomplishment reports. So, for the whole 25 municipalities and 2 cities, currently we have 4 drug-cleared municipality as of this report po. So yan po yung ating mga efforts with regards to our campaign against illegal drugs.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm sorry to say, 5 minutes na lang, dayon mo goodbye na ta, no? So, mga ilang parting words and statements, gikan sa itong mga bisita, karumutaga. First off, 1 sentence, goodbye. Major Robert Agda.
Usab sa mga tigpaminaw o sa mga naglantaw ning mga aning ato ang programa karon, daghang salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw. Then we only ask for the kuan lang yung support nyo for all of our undertakings. So thank you.
Thank you so much. DPDA Jaime Barredo, please. Lieutenant Colonel Barredo.
Mayag buntag sa tantanan. So, in behalf of the ZNPPO, we would like to express our gratitude sa atong mga tigpuminaw. Then we also ask to your continued support sa ZNPPO. Your police, your ZNPPO is of service for the Sambo Norte Hanon. So with that, go mayong buntag ka natong tanan.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Jaime Barredo. And of course, we have with us Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Jamlani.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Ganon din po. Thank you for inviting ZNPPO. As your, in-invite mo kayo, ma'am. Of course, ang sa amin, we will continue to serve the whole province of Zamboanga del Norte, of course, with the active support sa mga community nato diri, ma'am. So, that's all, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel Jamberani. 3 minutes. Okay. Engineer Roland Soliva, please. Parting words and statements.
Okay, salamat, Edith, for inviting. Colonel, we're very lucky nga we have you in the ZNPPO. I have heard your background, and you have 11 years more to go. More chances to become a PNP chief. Considering that you said you have been assigned in CRPO.
Oh, yes.
Ang kadalasan na-assign doon, naging general. Naging
Hopefully,
PNP, like
God willing.
General Sinas, Ilyasar, Albayalde, who else? Bago, si Alfredo Lim in CRPO. And many others. I wish you good luck, and I will be waiting. I'm very happy to hear that you will live by your conviction and your principle. Thank you.
Thank you so much. No, 2 minutes. Colonel Giovanni Hysen Caliao, atong Provincial Director.
Ma'am Edith, sir, sa ating pong lahat, maraming salamat po sa pagkakataon na ibinigay ninyo sa Zamboanga del Norte PPO. Thank you for choosing our camp to be the venue of the kapihan sa Dipolog. At makakaasa po ang ating mga kababayan na ang ating pong Zamboanga del Norte PPO ay patuloy po na maglilingkod, magseserbisyo sa ngalan po ng katahimikan at kaayusan ng buong probinsya. And ang tanging hiling lamang po namin is lagi po nating tandaan na ang katahimikan at kaayusan po ng ating komunidad ay hindi lamang po trabaho ng ating sandatahang lakas, hindi lamang po trabaho ng ating mga local government units, hindi lamang po trabaho lalong-lalo na ng Philippine National Police. Ito po ay trabaho, responsibilidad ng bawat isang miyembro ng ating komunidad. So maraming salamat po at magandang umaga po sa ating lahat muli.
Thank you so much, sir. Board Member Ronilio Lee, Edgar Saronda, thank you. Professor Raymond Maribohok, wakay-great. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. No? Aron makasulod ko sa mong balay, PCA Infobits, hangyo sa